Hey there, fellow foodies and content creators. You know how we all dream of having a kitchen that's not just for, well, cooking, but a whole studio where we can create culinary masterpieces and de-film all the deliciousness on camera? Well, you guys sent in an article about that exact thing, designing the ultimate kitchen for women who, like, totally rock the culinary world, both online and off.
It's interesting how this article reframes what a kitchen is, It's not just about being practical, it's about making a space that shows off your personal brand and makes your content better.
For sure. And it really gets into how to make that happen. We're talking counter space that would make a professional chef drool, lighting that practically begs you to take food pics. And storage solutions so smart, they organize themselves.
Uh-huh, yeah. It's like Marie Kondo designed a kitchen. But really, the article is all about making a space that works great. A&D looks amazing.
Okay, let's get down to business. First up, counter space. I think we can all agree you can never have too much counter space, especially when you're dealing with pots and pans and ingredients, and trying to film at the same time. This article says it's really important to pick strong materials, stuff that can handle the heat, literally.
Right. They talk about quartz and granite a lot, and they're so popular for a reason. They're both heat resistant, scratch resistant, and they come in a ton of colors and patterns to match, like, any style. But there's a little trade-off. Granite can be porous, so you have to seal it all the time. Quartz, though, needs less care, but it can cost more.
Good point. It's all about balancing things, right? Practicality, durability, and of course that Instagram-worthy look. The article also mentions island counters, which is a genius idea. Not only do they give you more prep space, but they could also be like a stylish area to present your food when you're filming.
Yeah, it's like having a built-in stage for your creations. And speaking of showing off creations in the best light, literally, let's talk about lighting. This article really hits on how crucial natural lighting is for food photography and videos. I mean, haven't we all tried to get a good food pic in a dimly lit restaurant?
Oh, tell me about it. Those grainy yellow food photos are a content creator's nightmare.
Exactly. So the article suggests using big windows, or even skylights if you can. But let's be real, not everyone has that option.
So what about those of us stuck with not so great lighting?
Don't worry, the article has some ideas. It suggests getting some adjustable LED lights, which can totally change the game. They make your space brighter and your filming setup more professional, and ring lights are super popular for a reason. They give you that focused, flattering light, especially good for close-ups.
Oh, and I love the idea of under-cabinet lighting. It's subtle, but makes a huge difference, both for how the kitchen works and the overall vibe. Plus, it's perfect for late-night snack raids, when you don't want to turn on those harsh overhead lights.
Uh-huh, yeah. Speaking of vibe, let's talk about creating a stylish backdrop for your videos. After all, we eat with our eyes first, right? And how your kitchen looks can make or break your content.
Totally. This article goes deep on making a backdrop that's both gorgeous and matches your brand. They suggest sleek, neutral-toned cabinets, which make a classic and versatile backdrop for any recipe or theme.
Yeah, like a blank canvas that you can then personalize.
But if you want more personality, the article says to add a pop of color with, like, statement tiles, like those awesome Moroccan or subway tiles you see everywhere. I'm obsessed with that look.
And don't forget open shelving. It's not only useful for storing stuff you use a lot, but it adds visual interest to your videos. You can style it with colorful spices, beautiful cookbooks, maybe some quirky little things that reflect your personality. It's about creating that lifestyle element that viewers love.
Totally. But as someone who, let's say, has a slightly chaotic kitchen situation, I'm always a little scared of open shelving. What happens when that perfect display becomes a jumble of mugs and half-empty spice jars?
That's where the article's focus on organization comes in. Trust me, this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, I'm all ears. Hit me with those storage hacks.
Okay, so they have some seriously clever ideas in this article. Labeled jars, first of all, are a classic for a reason. They keep your pantry stuff organized. Plus, they look so chic on those open shelves we were talking about.
Okay, true. My spice drawer is kind of a black hole of random containers and powders. Maybe labeled jars are the answer.
Worth a shot. And pull-out drawers, oh my gosh, they're lifesavers for pots and pans. No more digging and banging stuff around in a cabinet.
Yeah. Plus, you can pretend you're on a cooking show when you pull one out. Like, for this dish, I'll be using my trusty cast iron skillet.
Exactly. Okay, let's shift gears a little. This article is all about using technology to make your cooking A&D content creation even better.
Oh, I'm so here for that. Let's get all futuristic in the kitchen.
Right. Well, smart appliances are getting more and more popular, which makes sense. Imagine preheating your oven while you're editing your last video.
Or even better, picture this. You're in the middle of a recipe, Hands covered in flour and need to set a timer. Oven, set timer for 20 minutes. Boom, done.
And smart fridges are getting super advanced. Some can keep track of your groceries, suggest recipes, even play music while you cook.
Wait, hold up. A fridge that DJs my cooking sessions? I am sold. This article is like a dream kitchen wish list.
I know, right? And let's not forget about Wi-Fi-enabled cooktops. You can change the temperature from anywhere, which is amazing for recipes that need, like, perfect heat control.
Okay, that's next level. But with all this tech, how do we keep everything charged while filming? My setup now involves a million extension cords all over the counter.
Yeah, that's where good design comes in. The article suggests having lots of charging stations and USB outlets around your kitchen. No more cord chaos.
Love it. Okay, so now that we've got the tech side sorted, let's talk about the perfect recording space. Because good content isn't just about the food, it's about the whole visual experience, right?
You got it. And camera placement is key. Getting a good tripod or even a ceiling-mounted camera rig can make a huge difference in how your videos look.
Overhead shots are a must for those recipe videos where you can see everything come together, step by step.
Exactly. And it lets you show off those little details and techniques that you might miss from other angles.
But let's be real, kitchens can be echoey.
Yeah.
What about the audio? I've definitely watched videos where the blender is louder than the person talking.
Yeah, for sure. The article recommends using a clip-on mic or a shotgun mic. That way you can capture your voice clearly and minimize background noise.
Oh, the magic of microphones. I always wonder why YouTubers sound so good.
Here's a pro tip: adding soft stuff to your kitchen, like rugs, curtains, even pillows can actually help absorb sound and make it less echoey.
Wait, so decorating my kitchen with cozy things actually helps with sound? Best news ever.
It's all about making a space that looks A&D. Sounds amazing, right?
Okay, this next part is where I get really excited. The article talks about having a dedicated area for recipe testing and, of course, tasting.
It's the best part. And having a special spot for it makes your content more personal. Your viewers get to see your real reactions to the food, whether it's like, nailed it, or more like, back to the drawing board.
I am all about those back to the drawing board moments.
Mm.
My blooper reel is longer than my actual recipe videos at this point.
Well, that shows that you're human. And it makes viewers feel more connected to you, you know?
True. So how do we design this amazing recipe testing and tasting area? I'm picturing something cozy and inviting where I can just, like, curl up with a plate of cookies and enjoy the moment.
I love that. The article suggests a cozy dining nook, maybe with a stylish table and comfy seating.
Okay, that is going straight on my Pinterest board. But what about those little details that really elevate a space?
That's where you can really show off your style, pick out dishes, placemats, and silverware that you love, and that show who you are.
And good lighting is key, too.
Yeah,
Got to make those taste test shots look delicious.
totally. Now let's talk about something super important for anyone who cooks and creates content: efficiency.
Oh, efficiency is practically my middle name. Well, not really, but I definitely try to be efficient in the kitchen, especially when I'm juggling a million things.
For sure. Well, the article talks about the classic work triangle principle, connecting your fridge, stove, and sink in a triangle.
Yeah, I actually know about the work triangle. Back when I first started creating content, my kitchen layout was terrible. I spent more time running around than actually cooking.
We've all been there. This article really emphasizes the importance of having zones in your kitchen for different tasks, like a prep zone, a cooking zone, a filming zone, etc.
Makes total sense. It's all about having a flow that works for you.
And speaking of flow, let's not forget about cleaning up. Nobody wants to scrub dishes for hours after filming an amazing meal, right?
I'll admit, sometimes I let the dishes pile up until it looks like a disaster zone. But hey, I call it a creative mess.
That's one way to put it. The article suggests having things that make cleanup easier, like a deep sink, a powerful dishwasher, and surfaces that are easy to wipe down.
Okay, this all sounds incredible, but I'm already thinking about how much this dream kitchen would cost. Is it even possible to have all this A&D stay on budget?
I know, right? It can feel kind of overwhelming thinking about all the money you'd need to spend. But the good news is this article isn't just for people with unlimited budgets.
Totally. They have a whole section on budget-friendly tips that can make a big difference without a full-on reno. Like, you can upgrade your lighting without going broke by using those stick-on LED lights under your cabinets. Super easy to put in, and they really brighten things up.
Such a good hack. And I'm always down for DIY projects. What about those cool backdrops we were talking about? Any budget-friendly options for getting that wow factor?
Oh, definitely. Peel and stick tiles are a game changer if you want a stylish backsplash without the price tag of real tiles. And removable wallpaper is a lifesaver if you rent and want to personalize your space without messing up the walls. I've seen some really cool removable wallpaper lately. It looks so real.
Um,
Okay, let's talk storage. We all know that good storage can get expensive. Any tips for getting organized without spending a ton?
Absolutely. One thing they suggest is using tension rods inside your cabinets to make more vertical space. Super simple, and it can basically double your storage.
So smart. It's like adding a whole shelf without any tools. What about those clear plastic bins everyone loves? Are they really worth it?
They're popular for a reason. They're cheap, they keep everything neat and tidy, and you can actually see what's inside without digging through a mountain of containers. Plus, they stack really well, which is always a bonus.
Okay, so after talking about all the practical stuff and how to make things look amazing, I want to come back to something we mentioned earlier, making your kitchen feel like you.
Yeah, it's all about making the space your own. And this article has tons of fun ideas for personalization.
Okay, tell me everything. I'm ready to channel my inner interior designer.
Haha, all right. One idea is to make a chalkboard wall. It's fun and practical. You can write down recipe ideas, your filming schedule, grocery lists, or even just inspiring quotes. It's like a visual representation of your creative process.
I love that. So much more personal than just a plain whiteboard. And I'm always a fan of anything that adds a little whimsy to the kitchen.
And speaking of personal touches, they also suggest having a shelf where you can display things that inspire you. Maybe awards you've won, cookbooks you love, or even some special kitchen tools that have been passed down in your family. It's all about sharing your story through the things you choose.
Okay, I am adding a display shelf to my dream kitchen list right now. It's such a great way to make the space feel warm and inviting. And of course, we can't forget about color.
So true. Choosing colors that you love and that match your style or brand can really bring the whole kitchen together. Whether you're into bright, bold colors or prefer something more calm and neutral, let your personality shine through.
This has been such an awesome deep dive. We've covered everything from the essential stuff to those little personal touches that make a kitchen truly special.
It's all about creating a space that's beautiful, A&D functional. A place where you can let loose your culinary creativity and really connect with your audience. And the best part is, it doesn't have to break the bank.
Totally. So now that you've heard all these amazing tips, what's the one thing you are most excited to add to your dream kitchen? Is it that gorgeous quartz countertop, a voice-controlled oven that's like your own personal sous chef, or maybe a cozy little spot where you can relax and taste test your creations?
Head over to www.cookerdiary.com and let us know in the comments. You might even inspire someone else to create their dream kitchen.
And hey, if this deep dive has you feeling inspired to cook up something delicious, our website has tons of amazing recipes and tips to get you started.
Thanks for joining us on this kitchen design adventure. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into a topic that's sure to pique your interest and maybe even make you chuckle a little along the way. Happy cooking!